Hello everyone, welcome to Science and Environment Update with Dr. Vivek Rana. Topic for today's discussion is from Environment and Ecology. There is an important update regarding International Solar Alliance. We all know International Solar Alliance is a dream project which of what you can say for energy transition. We all have been over relying on conventional sources of energy, especially fossil fuels, which are quite detrimental for our environment. So now there's a tectonic shift to move towards cleaner, or you could say renewable sources, and solar is the one which all countries are vying for. So a much needed amendment to International Solar Alliance has been made so that more members could join in, because it was a long impending demand that this structure should be reformed and should be more open. So the recent amendment has allowed all UN members, which translates to 192 member countries, that they can also join International Solar Alliance. So the recent amendment was made in July 15 and it has been ratified by the minimal countries. So this amendment is now in force. So we will be just brushing up the major facts related to International Solar Alliance so that you could just revise them, because even though it's not a difficult topic, but still we should not take it for granted. So first of all, coming to the formation of this initiative, it's an intergovernmental forum where the formally countries participate. It's not some private initiative, and it was launched way back in 2015. If you could recall, it was COP21, the Paris Agreement. On the background of Paris Agreement, this initiative was launched by Prime Minister of India and President of France. So it's a brainchild of India and France and highlights the growing synergy between the diplomacy between the two powerhouses. Now, originally, when International Solar Alliance was launched, it was conceptualized to just cater to the countries falling between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. And these countries were given this acronym of Sunshine countries, because these countries receive sunlight for almost 300 continuous day around the year, which makes them capable of utilizing this form of energy qualitatively. So basically these were the countries on which you could say the sunshine countries are being referred to. But now the amendment has opened up the gates for other countries to join. They can to participate toward this sustainable energy solution. Now, headquarters are at National Institute of Solar Energy, and in India itself, Gurugram, in Haryana. So this is a factual question which is generally asked in state services, because most of the headquarters we have seen have been in Geneva, Rome, or monetary ones are in Washington or New York. Currently, the signatories, because prospectively there are 121 countries which were being prospectively have to be joined, but currently this agreement has been signed by 87 countries. And there is a current update. Nicaragua is the 87th country which has signed this International Solar Alliance, and ratification has been done currently by 67 countries. So these factual themes, these are the current ones. In case you have written your old ones, you could update your notes that currently there are 87 signatories and 67 countries have ratified. The aim is straightforward, to give impetus to solar energy and just shift towards the solar energy. It aims to raise almost $1 trillion investment in solar energy solutions, and also to generate 1 trillion watt of the solar energy. India's own target, we know, out of the 175 gigawatt which we are targeting by 2022, almost 100 gigawatt is through solar energy. So India's green vote essentially revolves around the solar energy, and Jawaharlal Nehru Solar Mission and other initiatives are directly on it. So India is moving towards target, as it was appreciated in last COP as well. So this is what we have for International Solar Alliance. I hope this quick update on the recent amendment was useful. You could just add it, because if an extreme statement comes that ISA is open only to the member countries which are sunshine countries, then that statement becomes wrong. Currently, now it's open to all UN member countries. So this is opening up, and if the moment any temperate country join, that would be the additional current affair which you should add on to. Just like we have highlighted that Nicaragua is the 87th one to sign. So just go through the map and the basic mandate, and this is a comparatively an easy question to attempt. And when in UPSC they had asked, even then the statement which was wrong was they had said that all countries are part of this alliance, which was a wrong statement at that time. But currently now this stays amended. So I hope this session was useful. Thank you very much.